They go back since bowl cuts. He's Dave. He's JR. Two grown men who can't get enough of each other. It's Hangin' with Homie. Let's start the show.
And rolling on the camera.
Dude, it's the Q&A episode. It's always my favorite. And we had some good ones. Applause to you for always bringing in the Qs. Like very nice. My fan base, they're getting there. They don't know yet. They're learning.
I guarantee you walk around during trade night, which I know we're going to talk about here in a minute with your just recorder open. These kids are going to have a bunch of questions for you.
What's the best card you own? This kid came up to me. What's the most expensive card in the shop? I was like,
what is it?
And I said, it's a 1955 Bowman Mickey Mantle autographed. He was like, I'm like, it's slabbed. How much is that? It was like $15,000. He's like, he slumped over. I'm like,
He's
yeah,
like, the
dude.
1900s?
Yeah, I was born in the 1900s. I'm old.
He's like, do you know Benjamin Franklin?
You know, me and old Benny boy go way back.
Dave, what was it like when they gathered around and signed the Declaration of Independence?
Listen here, you little...
He just keeps making you older with every comment.
I'll say, before we dive into trade night, there was a kid. He was adorable. He's like 5. And he goes, hey, his dad opened a hobby box in the shop. Here, I got these cards. I want to trade. I said, okay, what do you want? He goes, I don't know. I said, okay, well, what do you got? He's like, these. I was like, all right. What do you like? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, do you like soccer? Yeah, sure. So I get him some soccer. He literally takes the first 4 in the stack. He doesn't even look at them. He goes, okay, I want these. I said, all right, you got a deal. Great. I was like, that was, okay, kid, whatever. You don't get trading yet. You're 5.
It's his blind faith, man. That's all.
Goes back to his dad. He's like, cool, look what I got. Comes back to me 5 minutes later. Hey, do you want to trade? I go, yeah, sure. What do you got? He hands me back the soccer cards. He goes, I want to trade these. I goes, I just traded them to you. He goes, oh, I'm kidding. I was just kidding.
No, he was going to try to pull one over on you again, bro.
I'm like, listen, man. Adorable. So much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
I love that, bud. So you brought up trade night. I know we were talking a little bit on text about a big purchase that came in. And then also I wanted to hear more about how trade night went. This was your third one?
Third one, yeah. So trade night went good. This was part of the buy today. A Sting mask. But there's another one in the case with the figure from TNA, like 2006.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of stuff. Tim made a really good buy. And then I just posted a pic of me in the Stone Cold jersey, which probably by the time... What? By the time we post this, the jersey will be sold. What? And it's I just thought the last one sold for $199 on eBay.
What?
What? Yeah, what? $200? What?
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's some cake right there.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, do you want to keep it?" I go, "Dude, no, I want $200."
I want $200 before I come over there and drop you on that stack of dimes you call a neck, son. What? So it was your third trade night, and you were playing the battle game again, right?
Dude, pack battles. The kids, we do a tournament bracket style, 1v1. The low number on the back of the card wins. So they get it. I each hand them a pack. They just rip furiously, and they're like laying their cards out. And then I'm like, winner, over to the kid's head. And the winner of everything gets every card in the whole tournament.
Even if there's some heaters in there?
Yep.
Damn, dude. Okay.
And then I give everybody a pack just for participating because, you showed up. It was free anyway, so you don't have to buy in. And that's become, the staple of trade night. And what I've learned is just word of mouth gets around. I don't have to do that much marketing. I had 20-plus kids.
Wow.
Third one ever.
Yeah, and that's only going to keep getting bigger because, dude, you're going to have these kids battling, doing pack battles in school.
Yeah, well, they're already trading in school. I get emails from teachers and parents like, hey, Henry was, he got in trouble a little bit because he was trading in class, and so they had to relegate him to the bus. Kids can only trade cards on the bus to get their binders open. So the teachers are excited because now they have a place they can come in and do trades, and we do it first Saturday of the month. So that's been keeping me busy. Did great. Good sales to start off June yesterday, and then had a good day today. Shout out to my homies at Main Vintage for coming through. Always good to talk shop with a fellow shop owner, Jesse, and son Jacob. So we're always just like, what's working for you? What's not working? Like, it's nice because I don't know a lot of the other shop owners, so to have someone else to just be a soundboard, because he's been doing it longer than me, and he's really gracious to give me some of that insight.
Yeah, which is good. It's glad when you can bump into people that aren't like, oh, I'm going to gatekeep all of this info because I don't want anybody else to succeed. It's like, come on, dog.
Plus, we're complimentary. Like, I don't do what he does. I don't do heavy toys. I have like a little toy section, and he has a little card section. So it's more just like retail things. Dude, you should buy these gift cards. Oh, you should use this supplier. Like, you might as well. I don't want to be the only shop that has stuff that then people don't have options.
Yeah, you got to have options. It's like, even as like a WWE fan, just the fact that there's so much pro wrestling sports entertainment out there.
Yeah.
It makes it so you can really pick and choose. And the more, the merrier, the better the industry kind of is, right?
Well, speaking of options, I did open wrestling. Again, I had to open. My buddy Tom came by at 7. He goes, dude, we got to do a crossover rip. I want to rip. I was like, all right. So one of the boxes was that Revolution hobby. And in that, I pulled a Sasha Banks auto.
What?
Numbered
Dude,
to 99, sick. Yeah. And what's really cool is now that she's with AEW and doesn't go by Sasha Banks, I wonder if it's more valuable.
That's a good question, man. I don't keep up with AEW, quite often, if at all. But I was always a huge fan of the boss, Sasha Banks.
Yeah, so that card, because that was the 2022, the debut version of those rests of WWE on Revolution, and it's a nice card. And she's got the S with the money sign with the B. It's a cool signature.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing her in Boston. I think it was the first ever women's Hell in a Cell match.
Dang. Historical.
Yeah. It was badass, dude.
Yeah.
And I remember having a big gripe with the audience there because once that match came on, people started just flooding out of there.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, what? Come on, you guys.
It's whack.
This is history.
That's whack, dude.
Wound up being a banger of a match, too. If I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure it was Boston. It was somewhere out there.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing is, you know me, shop life.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Well, man, I've been reminiscing a little bit lately. I've been feeling a little nostalgic lately. I've been looking back and listening back and thinking back and pondering back. And
Whoa, listening back. What are you listening back to? I caught that in there. You just snuck it in there.
Listening to some of DNR music group's old tracks, some of my old tracks. And,
DNR, baby.
Yeah, if you don't mind hopping in the DeLorean with me real quick.
Let me just close the door.
Flux
Flux
capacitor. This baby
capacitor.
gets up to 88 miles per hour. So if you don't mind zipping all the way back
All right.
to 2006 with me.
Back in my college days.
Yeah, back in my just barely made it out of high school days.
Just blaze.
And I had recorded a song about Paris Hilton and my affection and crush for her.
Oh, yes. This song.
It is called Starstruck. Now, I want you to be brutally honest with me, okay? I want us to listen to this track here and tell me, does it still hold up? Are, some of the lines still good? Some of the punchlines still good? Or is it kind of like, bro, keep that in 2006. Don't bring that up here to the current day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least the audience will only get a snippet. You guys, you're probably going to have to dig. I don't even know if you could find this outside of you and Haz have the hard drives.
Yeah, no, man. I have
and I do have a copy now.
Yeah, and that compilation is nearly complete. There's a bunch of different oddball tracks that Hazard and Corey did that I don't have my hands on, but I won't rest until I have the full DNR discography. This track is only 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes, right? I thought we could kind of play it along. I want to play it for you and our listeners.
Yes, dude.
And
putting yourself out there.
Yeah, dude, it's just, I'm going to use a word that I hate more than anything, and it's not influencer, it's the other one, cringy. right? Just
That's so cringe.
oh my gosh.
It's like biting aluminum foil, saying the word.
No, stop it.
Cringe.
So I thought I would play a little bit of this for you and then pause it here and there. And
director's commentary. I like it.
yeah, we'll kind of talk about it. I'll tell you what was going on and how the track came to be and how it was written. And I don't know. I just thought it would be kind of fun.
Dude,
the track opens right up with the hook.
What a surprise for me.
I want to hit you with that first. Okay. Tell me, when's the last time you think you even heard this?
Probably you played a snippet when I came to visit you. September of 22.
Okay.
Is that when I came? 22, right? Not last year. Yeah, September of 22. Yeah, because we did a sit down to go through the discography, but we didn't linger too long on this one.
No, I just thought it would be. I thought it would be fun, just because back in this time, Paris Hilton was such like a polarizing figure, and she was a 6-foot blonde, and she was just an heiress, and she was famous for nothing.
What was that reality show called?
Simple Life.
With her and Nicole Richie.
Oh, yeah, dude. I had those on DVD.
The early days of reality TV before you really had a platform. I think maybe we had Facebook to use or MySpace. But you couldn't, like, easily share clips. Guys, you couldn't just post links. Like, you had to, like, type your thoughts and then say, oh, my God, tonight at 9 o'clock. Like, it was TV, dude. It was still, these things were separate.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, gosh, I don't even think the word influencer was around yet. But if you think about it, like, I don't know, Paris Hilton kind of was the original one. And
they had to just call her a celebrity, which, look, she is. But that was the only word we had. You're famous or you're not famous. There was no influencer in between.
Yeah, well, I mean, they called her a lot of names.
Yeah, not so nice either.
I just had a big crush on her, and all right, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna play a little bit of this track, and then we'll just kind of see what comes up here. Is that cool?
That's cool with me.
I'm starstruck. She the girl to read about in the magazine. I'm starstruck. Only time I ever see is on the TV screen. I'm starstruck. I think about her all day, and she in my dreams. I'm starstruck. More starstruck than I've ever been.
So let's just look at that hook real quick. That had me vibing pretty good, man. I'm happy about it.
Yay. How old were you? Like 21, 22?
Gosh, I don't know, man. Let's do the you're
early
better at math
20s.
than I am. Yeah, early 20s. It had to be.
You must have been 06.
06. I graduated in 05. I was probably 19 years old, 20 years old.
Man. And look. While you may be a trained music professional, you are not a trained singer. So you're just doing your best to rhyme, sing, and like mix it in there.
Oh, yeah. And it was just, listen, kids, you know, we didn't always have tablets and iPhones.
An auto-tune at the ready.
It was, I really did read about her in all of the magazines. And what was really popular at that time, it was kind of like the influx of all these like celebrity blog pages, you know, where they were kind of like dirt sheets about Hollywood. And that's where you would kind of read all this stuff.
Speaking of Paris Hilton, there was Perez Hilton.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so just different types of pages like that, websites like that. And then, of course, when I refer to the TV screen, it's watching her on the Simple Life. Yeah.
Man.
So let's keep going here.
Dated.
Oh, man. It's a good show, though.
All right.
Early reality.
Platinum blonde with a rep to party. I like to meet her, but I settle sitting next to Shouty. Bet she smells so nice, smile so bright, ass so tight. I just might.
Hold on,
Whoa! Too hot for TV.
Out.
Too hot for TV.
Too hot for TV. Too hot to handle. Too cold to hold.
Dude,
that was fun.
Rhyme scheme right there. You could. It was like, all right, I'm gonna be cool. Nah, I just straight up crushing on this girl.
Yeah, and what was great is like you're about to get into any like explicitness, and then it's just like I think my next bar is calm down. So let's keep going.
Calm down.
She's just another girl, and there's plenty in this world. I'm full of myself, dog. I'm caught with a feeling. I love nothing more than the park and the hill.
That was clever because you could say it without saying it.
Bro, can I tell you where I got that bar from?
Nick Levine?
No, I got that from my father.
Dude, Jeff?
Yeah.
Jeff Sr.?
One day, I think, I don't know, I think I maybe have already had the cardboard cutout of Paris Hilton, and he saw it.
First of all, whoa,
What?
guys, this
Flag
aligns.
on the play or what?
This is why the song, you gotta believe him about this. He had a cardboard cutout. What other guy, like, that's
Yep.
dedication, Holmes.
Yeah, no, it was 6 feet tall, man. And just my dad saw it, and just, he's always been super funny and witty, and just like as he's walking out of the room, he's like, "I'll tell you what, Bub, I'd love to pocket the Hilton."
No, dude, no. Oh no, man.
So, that's where that bar came from, Jeff Sr., bro.
Shouts.
One
Acknowledge your tribal chief.
Yeah, that was a fun. I'm crying already, dude. I knew this would be a good time.
Look, y'all,
let's see.
Let's keep going.
All right.
Speak my name and just watch your lips move like
JR.
Gosh, is this cool? It's a schoolboy crush, but minus the cooties. I've rented and owned every one of the movies, and the CD is in my iPod right now. I know how creepy you're thinking this might sound. So whatever it takes, I'm prepared and willing. I'd scale this building for Paris Hilton.
Yo, hold up. Who is the tag? Who's on the beat?
Who is that? I think it's Divine, Sean Divine.
SeanDivine.net.
.net, mother grabbers. Yeah,
If
man.
you guys were on SoundClick in the early 2000s, a salute.
Dude, so many just dope producers, and I just really hope that they had their come up. You had your Sean Divines and your Shaw T and your KA and your
Johnny
Cinema
Giuliano.
Beats. Johnny Giuliano. Yeah, you had Superstar. Oh, let's go. There were so many good ones.
Yo, what a time. And we would just download the MP3 straight rip.
Straight rip, and we'd record over a 2-track, which is what I just did here. So
Great.
And again, I recorded this myself.
Okay, so not only is the genius in recording yourself, but the amount of skill it takes to engineer something that you can't break apart the instrumentals and the tracks, and like you had beat and vocals, and you could do all your mastery with the vocals.
Yeah, it was tricky, man, because there's like, I don't know if there's necessarily even room to like make your vocals fit. And I didn't really understand EQ or like anything like that, but I was just doing my best to just try to make it fit.
Pick a volume.
I mean, basically. So let's move on here to the next hook, and then we'll get into the second verse.
Starstruck, she the gallery, the bad in the magazine. I'm starstruck. Only time I ever see is on the TV screen. I'm starstruck. I think about her all day, and she in my dreams. I'm starstruck. More starstruck than I've ever been. Now verse 2, it just hurts to even see this. These are the chumps who are dating my sweetness. My boys say, look, face it, dog. You don't got half the looks of ex-Jason Shaw.
Who? Dude, dated, bro. Dated.
Oh, man. So what was funny about this, I remember talking with our buddy Joe that we have. And some reason he knew like every ex-boyfriend that she had. And I
Gotta
was
have
like,
a
"Give me some of the
researcher, homie."
names." Yeah, give me some of the names, and I'm going to put them into a rhyme. And that's why it's like, look, face it, dog, you don't got half the looks of ex-Jason Shaw. So I'm like, okay, so now we're going to get into the part.
Okay.
Exactly. Self-deprecating humor, and we're going to get into some more of the exes and how I kind of react to them.
But wait, I'm sorry, it gets even harder. You can't sing close to as well as Nick Carter. I mean, really, Jake, just forget all it. You don't got half the skill of that cat from Good Charlotte.
So here So here is the setup, right? These are all our exes, and then here I am over on the sideline crushing, right? And here's why. You know, I think that I should have been the guy to date Paris Hilton back in 2006.
I say that's ludicrous, and I'm out for proving it. There's some tight disbelief, and I'm gonna loosen it. I don't care who it is, he ain't fly like me. The truth is, Miss Hilton need a guy like me. Why like me? I don't know, but I'ma find a way. In the last 2 lines, I still got time to say that whatever it takes, I'm prepared. prepared and willing. I scale this building for Paris Hilton. I
Yeah.
starch trucks.
So we don't get an answer. But you go, okay, I got 2 more bars or 2 more lines, and you're like, look, I don't know what, but whatever it takes, I'll do it.
Yeah, whatever it takes,
You just
man.
put
And
it
then-
in front of me, I'll knock it down.
Right. Well, that was the trouble is I wanted to have the same 2 bars, the last 2 bars in the first verse as the second to kind of as like a mini bridge into the hook. And I always love doing that. But I almost wanted to bring up the point, like, I'm going to tell you and her why.
Yeah.
But I don't even know why. But it's like,
I think it was brilliant the way you delivered
Right.
it. It's like, you don't
Thanks.
need to know. I'm
Yeah.
not sitting here explaining it, but I'll just do it. You just, whatever.
yeah, just know that I'd scale this building for Paris Hilton.
Hey, look, I'll dress up like Spider-Man is what you're trying to tell people.
Yeah. So there's one more hook there in the end, but we'll just leave it at that. And
Look,
That's your-
nice
that's your
work.
trip
you
into
put
the
your-
time
You put
machine.
yourself out there.
Yeah, you
well
know?
done.
So let's dissect this, Dave. Do you think, the rhymes, the beat, the references, the punchlines, how does that stuff hold up now? Gosh, I don't even know, almost 20 years later.
Well, I think the references are dated, but besides that, pretty slick, man. Like,
Yeah.
gone are the days where you could understand the words to a song.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you did a re-record in a professional studio,
Yeah.
the thing would, I hear that on the radio. Why not? It's pop, right?
okay,
it's rap
so-
pop.
Yeah, who do you think would be in 2024? Who do you think would be the girl, right? The celebrity, the influencer that this track would be about now?
Well,
It's a tough one.
Yeah, right. All right, if main bias, you have to do it about Anna Kendrick because it's
Oh,
Maine,
dude,
right?
yeah, that would be
all right,
sick.
so that's one, right?
Yeah.
But that aside, bias aside, probably like Sydney Sweeney, right?
Right? No, yeah,
Right?
she's the scream queen, right?
She's out there, so
Yep.
or like Zendaya.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want beef with Spidey though.
No, dude, you'd be scaling the building, and he'd be like, "I already do that."
Yeah, but there's so many fun rhymes you could do with that about,
Yeah.
Peter Parker and MJ. Like, yeah, that could be fun. Yeah, that could
So,
be fun.
Hey, look, I put it as a test to you in your endless amounts of free time you don't have.
Yeah, right.
If you wanted to do a re-record, a remix,
yeah.
and I mean, you'd certainly get a shout. Who knows? Maybe Tom Holland be
Yeah.
like, man, respect.
You know what, dog?
It's not going to happen ever, but respect.
Right. You know what I'm thinking, man? It's like, what did we really have our hands on in 2006? Like, I had my T-Mobile Sidekick. That was as far as, like, social networking went. So there was no Instagram Reel and TikTok to blast this stuff out onto, which obviously would have been great. But it's so interesting to think if we had the tools today, nearly 20 years later, back then, like what our lives would look like.
I always say
know?
this when you and me talk about this topic is that I certainly would have dropped out of college if we had this stuff and we were all at that age. I would have been like, oh, well, I don't need to go learn about that. Like, we're already doing it. We're already making stuff. Maybe I would have gone to like a technical school or community college to do film or music, but we didn't have the reach. And y'all, maybe we'll break down Crank That Cowboys on an episode.
Yeah.
Because
wow.
that song got 1 million views
yeah,
on
boy.
one post, and then
Yeah.
if you do the collective, millions of views and listens.
Yeah.
And that was before things were easily reposted and shareable.
Yeah, it was like people had to go out of their way to really copy and share a YouTube link, not just like put it up in their blog post, but share it from friend to friend, and then share the
Yes.
MySpace track friend to friend. Like,
And then all the people that you'd get mad, but then you'd be like, actually this person downloading, ripping my video and reposting it is actually good for me.
yeah. And then there were so many different remixes of my remix. There was like
people doing
a
dance
hard
videos.
style. Yeah, there was a hard style version. There was like a chopped and screwed Houston version.
Man.
That was a pretty wild time, man. Viral before it was a word.
You were viral before viral. And now people are like, how do I go viral? Well, if you think that way, you're not going to go viral.
Yeah, I used to be viral, but now I'm just spiraling is what's happening in my adult
Jesus,
life.
dude. And spiraling toward 38 in July. Sorry, I had to
man.
remind you, dude, because I'm here now.
Yeah. I know, bro. How's it feel, though?
No different. I mean, since
Same
I've been
old?
grinding in the gym and every birthday since 30. You and me hung out on my 30th birthday. We went and got barbecue at Salvage. That was like,
That's right,
We didn't
yeah.
do anything except that. That was the big thing. So it was like,
That was damn good, though.
I know. Everything's been pretty anticlimactic on the birthday. It's like, cool, another one. I mean, this year, of course, I was grateful that I got to see another birthday because of my health scare. But,
Right.
dude, I'm telling you, it's not going to be different. Don't brace yourself. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to be like,
Yeah.
hey, all right.
You know, I think once I hit 35, it was kind of like, okay, I feel like I'm in my prime right now. I
Yeah.
feel like I haven't peaked, but I'm on my way to, like, you know, getting my hands on what it is in life that I'm after. So, you know, so to speak, as far as career, professionally, personally, all that kind of stuff.
I think that's better, and I feel the same way. Like, I don't feel like I've peaked yet either, and it's better to be there than to have peaked too soon or to think that there's nothing else, and that's just like a mindset and outlook. So in a way, being a late bloomer is, I think it's just good for overall quality of life because you're always going after something more, but you don't feel like I know you and me talk all the time about boxes we've checked, career things, places you want to go, you want to live, and
Yeah.
it's funny, like, I did a whole career in film, and, like, it's done. It's weird to say I, like, retired from that business already.
It's so bizarre, dude.
So now that I'm moved on, I'm like, I get to start again, and I know for you, you're like, okay, I accomplished all these things in professional radio. Now you can keep going down that road, and you can do other stuff on the side, or at some point in the future, you can be like, all right, radio was good, and here's my next thing.
Right. You know, it's like, I don't know. Okay, let me break it down to you like this. I want to talk into a microphone in some capacity for the rest of my life. Now, whether that's like broadcasting, terrestrial FM radio, or podcasting, or hosting events, or
Yep.
I don't know, reading books to people, dude. I have no idea. But I
Dude,
just wanna
reading
talk
Rainbow
into a
used
mic-
to slap. So
Yeah. I just want to talk into a mic for the rest of my life. And you know what ran into my mind when you talked about peaked? I started to think about just different, like, bullies and a-holes that absolutely peaked in high school.
Oh man, there's a
And
few
you
in
would-
my head, and I'm like, kids used to look up to you. What happened?
What happened? Yeah, man. It's like, and then you'll go back home and suddenly they're trying to be friendly. And you're like, man, they don't have anything going on. They got like
Dude.
3 ugly kids. They're married to a woman they hate. They go to a job they don't care for.
Or it's like that clip of Michael B. Jordan. I know you've seen it. He's on the red carpet, and there's a bully from his high school who has a relatively good career doing interviews. I don't know what company it was for, kind of a big company, interviewing him. And he goes, oh, yeah, who's corny now? And she is startled.
Oh, man.
And she tries to brush it off, but he's like, you called me corny back then, and then you thought you were kind of hot because you got onto this job in radio, and it's all relative. And he's like, but I'm Michael B. Jordan. I'm Creed.
Yeah.
Like, who are you? And you're not even going to acknowledge it. So that must have felt good inside for him to be like, we are not the same.
Yeah. Ah, dude, I never even heard that. That is so badass.
It's a clip, dude. And you see it. She doesn't acknowledge it, and that's how, because you've worked in media so long, you can see when somebody gets truly tripped up and they don't know. They like deer in headlights.
Oh, yeah.
Show has to go on.
Yep. Everything stops. You forget how to breathe.
Yeah, so that was, because you jog my memory with that, a good example of, man, I just saw it happen in real time on a clip, in real life, on an award show. Michael B. Jordan just said, hold on, son. 1 second.
Yep.
You're not
He
the
used
one?
to call me corny. Yeah. Damn, dude, that's so badass.
Yeah. And most of us won't get that opportunity. And you know what? You don't need it. You don't really need it. You just need to be
No.
fulfilled in your own career. That's a win enough. And I know you and me have forgotten about those incidents and more people than we've remembered. And once in a while when we reminisce, I know we remember them, but it's like, you're like, oh man, wow, I haven't heard that name in like a decade.
Yeah. Is it a millennial thing for us to even be 38 and still say, remember that kid? Even though we're all grown adults now?
Yeah, but like this girl I was dating for a little while, or seeing or whatever, I think it's a New England thing, because she'd be like, oh yeah, that kid. Like, she's like, yeah, like I tell my parents I'm seeing this kid. I think it's a New England thing. It's just like, oh yeah, hey, what's up, kid? Like, yeah, remember this kid?
Yeah. Oh, that kid was a...
Yeah. Yeah. So you mean he's 38? Yeah, that kid.
Yeah.
So I think we would have to ask, maybe this is a good question we should ask. I'll ask it right now. If you live in New England, is that a thing you would say? Do you still say that and you're 30 plus? If you live elsewhere, did you ever use that even when you were considered a kid or a teen or in your 20s?
Yeah.
Do you still use it now? I think it's regional.
Yeah, because, dude, I remember my mom one time having to make a 911 call when there was crazy stuff popping off in the brook. And the police asked her, well, how many are there? She goes, I don't know. There's mad kids.
They're like, what do you mean, kids?
Like children?
Yeah, I bet that's confusing. But again, I bet in Maine, I bet it's not confusing.
Yeah, that's so funny, man. That's
Yeah,
so funny.
Forever a kid, dude. I can imagine Julie saying that. Mad kids.
Yeah. Oh, there's mad kids out here.
Dude, that's golden.
Man, that story that you just told me about Michael B. Jordan got me excited. And it kind of reminded me of when, being called, dude, I was called the same thing for so many years throughout high school.
What?
You're so corny. You're such a, excuse me, you're such a wankster. You're such a this.
Yeah.
You wish you were black.
I heard
you
that.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, you, and it's like, why are you, like, if you really break this down right now, why are you telling me what I think that I am? But I didn't have the mental capacity back then to know that. It was, well, I'm going to show you wrong. Right?
You couldn't articulate it. Well, it's like people always fear the thing they don't understand, or they fear change. And I'm not saying that we were like a deep part of hip hop culture, but we at least attempted to be a part of it. Like,
yeah.
We listened to, dude, you and me, when we met, we were the only 12-year-old kids listening to Another Bad Creation or Mac 10 on repeat.
Yeah.
Like, why were two little white kids in Portland, Maine listening to that? It was just presented to us, and we're like, that sounds cool. And we showed a genuine interest and learned in it. And hey, look, I wish we could say we profited from it, but we did not.
Oh no, certainly not. But
we tried to.
Those were times in my life that I would never trade in for anything. And I remember being out in LA recently in one of the afternoon mix shows. I think I sent you a clip. They were playing Backyard Boogie by Mac 10.
You did. I was so pumped.
Dog!
Because the first rap we ever wrote was to that instrumental, because Tim Pace got it somehow.
Yeah. The beat slow till you listen to Tim Pace.
Dude.
So, of course, I had to tell that whole story about, oh, this was the beat Dave and I wrote our first ever track to, Downtown, man. Let's go.
That's
of course,
it.
like I was too young to ever go down there, but
downtown Portland, no. I mean, you lived closer than I did,
yeah.
but we were 12. What were we going to do down there? Children's museum?
And I remember once I got older, bro, I spent entirely too much time downtown. It was like, 18 plus, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, chem free on Sunday. It was just like,
you were a club
damn,
head, man.
Dude.
That was your area.
Yeah.
I just thought of that vine. He's in your space. It's in your area.
Yeah. Oh man, I was just thinking it's so wild to me during all of those times. And this is often the stuff Corey and I talk about whenever we get on the phone. It's about that time period.
Right.
And, because it's like, listen, we used to be cool, But I think
Yeah.
about my life, just going back to this Paris Hilton thing in 2006, just getting out of high school, not knowing what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go with my life. Meanwhile, you're on the other side of the country in college, and I'm running amok in the old port. Like, talk about just two completely different lives on different paths, but yet here we are right now.
Yeah, we just kept going. It was like, I don't know. You always say your best friends you can just pick right up with. You and me just talk every day, but you and me have plenty of friends who we can catch up with, and it's like no time has passed. And during that time, I was studying, but study hard, play hard. I was running amok, but right off campus.
Yeah. Did you ever think back then there would come a time in your life where you would put down the camera for good?
No. I just was like, as soon as sophomore year hit, I switched out of business and went into film. And I thought, okay, I know how to make money with this thing already. I was already making money before I got into film school because it's a tool. I got to learn how to use this tool.
Yep.
Yeah, I just thought that's what I would always do. And then after, of course, editing, shooting. But it's such a grind to do and not have a job, like just to be freelance. And I'd rather, I don't know. I'm happy that I fell into doing collectibles as a business. I think I'm better as a business operator than strictly being a cinematographer and editor. But hey, learned a lot of good skills that I can apply to the show, to my business. I just put up a clip of these radio people, newspaper people, TV people have all come in, tried to sell me ads, and I'm like, cool, just show me some data.
Let's hear it. Come on.
It was like pulling teeth to get any data on, like, okay, if I'm going to spend $7,000+ with you in 10 weeks, what do I get? Oh, well, it's this and that, and it's, they listen to sports. I'm like, okay, but those people are already going to find me. I'm not worried about marketing to them.
Yeah.
Like, I need to market to people that like the casuals, like the families, the people who have kids. Like, I don't know, this person couldn't think outside the box. And so because I went to film school, like, I don't need all this traditional media. Mm-hmm. I know that's like, and then being in radio, you're like, you see firsthand the people that spend with you. It's for a specific reason, but I know what you do is you tailor it to what they need. And I was kind of hoping somebody would like throw me a bone, like, hey, like, this is new. Can you?
Yeah.
I don't want to spend $7,000, but I'll spend like $1,000. Oh, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not gonna work?
Here's the thing about that sometimes. These different sales folks obviously have their sales lead, and there's an agenda, and there's a quota, and there's a certain number they have to hit by the end of the year. So I think a lot of them really look at it as a game of numbers. If I ask 10 people and I get 10 no's, the 11th will probably be a yes.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that can be a faulted way to go about it, because even if you can't get the big money with every single person, what if there's small money along the way? What if there's that prove it to me money along the way? Now, the problem with that is there's a lot of guidelines and quotas that are kind of ingrained in all of these people that are just like big, company conglomerate initiatives that they really don't have any say in, that kind of just, well, if it's not this amount, then you can't do it.
Yeah,
so
it just dictates.
Their hands are a little bit tied too.
Yeah, it dictates what they can do. But what I don't like, and I think this is getting older, is, I need you to be honest. You're wasting your time. You're wasting my time. Don't be buddy-buddy with me and give me free this and free that. Like, let's figure out the brass tacks first. If we're and if we can't, that's cool. No worries. Like, we don't have to do it, but don't act like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread and then, hey, I can do your job better than you.
Right.
I just, that's I'm sure that's tough, because I bet any other card shop owner that doesn't have my background is like, okay, well, I guess I need to do some advertising.
Yeah. I think, radio advertising shouldn't be the only thing that a company relies on. I think it should be kind of like the way that you would look at any portfolio, right? It's, I got to have a little bit of this. I got to have a little bit of that. I got to have a little bit of this. I got to have a little more of that. And like that all together is what really I mean, that's advertising, you know? It's like,
Exactly.
don't just rely on Instagram and social media. Don't just rely on the newspaper. Don't just rely on word of mouth. Don't
It's a
just
mix
rely on radio.
of everything. I do my own newsletter. I do Facebook, Yeah, I do it all. But it's tough out here. I feel for these people selling it because it's a tough sell.
Yeah, and I can feel that sun coming down on you out there right now, bud.
Dude, it's nice. I was outside before we started because I have been inside all day long.
Yeah.
And it's going to set behind the trees. And I just had to sit at the picnic table and let me enjoy the sun because I haven't had any vitamin D all day.
Right.
No
Well,
Sunny
you know what
D
they
either.
say. No, you know what they say? Never trust a shop owner with a tan.
Never,
right?
because he's not working. He's outside doing whatever he's doing.
Bro, I took that joke from you and I had somebody call in and set it up so I could hit that punchline on the air. It was so
Yes,
good.
dude. Never trust a tanned editor. That's what I used to tell
Yeah.
people. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, if your editor's tan, they're at the beach. They're not working.
Yeah, they're not inside in a darkly lit room cutting it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need
Speaking
to
of
hire
which-
one.
Yeah, I was doing that earlier today, but it wasn't video. It was audio. I was cutting up the conversation I had with your pal Dirk.
Thank you so much for doing that. I've told you a few
course.
times, but I just listened to it before the show. It sounded
Did
great.
you?
Yep.
Ah, hell yeah.
Cut
dude.
it up. I was like, oh, there it is. There's the editing. That's my dude right there.
Yeah.
Asking
I was really
questions.
proud.
You were
Yeah.
informed.
Yep. I was really proud of sonically how it came out. And, yeah, I think the flow of the conversation was good. Dirk's pretty easy, chill guy to talk to. And, being on the phone, there's a little bit of that. Hello? Huh?
The little delay. Hi, Bob. Bob always
Oh,
takes a guy
yeah.
and second. Yeah. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. I got rid of all of that, which was good.
Yeah. The delay
And
is
it
brilliant.
sounded just like, I don't know. I was pretty pumped about it. And I learned quite a few things about treasure games that I didn't really, because you're involved. So I obviously, I pay mind to it, but it's not
Right.
like top of my list to see what's happening. But it was pretty cool just kind of getting the backstory of how it almost was a show.
Yeah, it was almost a TV show. They just couldn't figure the format out. And what I think will be good for you is moving forward as this thing grows. You'll be able to say, I told you first. And when the bigger pot in Denver or wherever it is, Colorado, because eventually we'll have multiple lamps or hidden things in every city.
Yep. That's what he was saying.
And
like
it'll be-
multiple games, multiple regions.
It'll be all active, and you'll be like, guys, don't, hey, I told you so. Okay, I told you
Give
first.
him the old
Just give him the.
Jordan?
You
Yeah.
didn't want to listen, and your boy JR is on record on his blog, on his website, on air, saying Treasure Games was here. You missed out on 200K.
man. That's like
Don't be that guy. Don't be
I
that
know
girl.
I know the first winners took home crazy money, but dude, even 200K, holy smokes, man.
Yeah.
That would change my life.
I know. I was just cutting a promo saying, look, guys, I'm hosting this, and 200K would change my life. So I'm just
Yeah.
mad that I can't play. Like you said, I'm like, dude, I wish I didn't sign up for that because I'd be out here winning these lamps.
Yeah, no, for real, dude. Yeah.
Dude,
I
I'm
was
getting a
gonna ask
tan,
you-
bro. I'm getting a tan
No,
right
you
now,
are.
bro.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if there's
There we go. Angled.
any interest in you hearing any other old tracks, because I happened to pull up the full discography.
Let's hit him with one more before we get out of here.
What do you have in mind? Should we?
What's like a more radio friendly, which was tough for us back then, and not a lot of them were.
Yeah. Well,
Ready to go? I love that
Ready to
one.
Go was pretty fun. That's a fun story. We can do that.
And
So
you got to
let's-
tell the story about the music video because that's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Okay.
that story.
I wonder if that thing is still online somewhere.
Oh, dude, if it is, you know who can find it.
Yeah, I know.
You already know. I don't even have to say his name.
No, definitely not. Let me.
Not 3 times.
No, don't. Let me unzip this.
I'm too
here.
close, man.
Yeah, basically. Found it.
That was quick.
Yeah. So Ready to Go was a track I released, I want to say in 2010, bro.
All
We're going
right.
back again, dude. And this was a point in my life where from this moment on, nothing would ever be the same again for me. This was like the very beginning of being taken seriously, at least by the majority of the public, as like a real musician, and then later a DJ, and then later a radio host. And it all started with this track right here called Ready to Go, which, again, SoundClick found this.
Sean Devine?
No, I'm trying to remember. Who was it?
Superstar? No.
Beats Planet.
Beats Planet. They had some bangers.
No, for real. And they already, like, back then what they would do often is they would put the hook already in there. And I wasn't great at writing a chorus, but I could take whatever, whatever the vibe was, whatever the track was going to be about based on what was already in the hook, and I could craft verses around it. You know?
It's like musical ad libs. You're like, okay, you gave me that. It's essentially what collabs became when we had, the internet more sharing. It's like, all right, hey, I did the hook. Yo, you're perfect for this. Like, give me some verses. Yeah.
So I remember I originally recorded this with you in 2009 in California.
Yeah, we had our bunk bed. Yo, you listen, y'all. We had bunk beds. California's expensive, so we were trying to keep the costs low. Bunk beds, and then we would transition one of the mattresses into like the sound booth and record all in the same spot.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, man. And I just remember cutting this with you, but we didn't love how it came out. So eventually, when I did move back, I got back with Braden, and I remember we didn't record where we typically would. He brought us to where the college radio station is at USM.
Yep.
And I went there with Wade and his girlfriend at the time, who are in this song, actually.
Dude, you gotta love it. Extras.
Yeah, well, we needed the extra voices for the haze and
hype,
the hose,
the
right?
Hype, dude.
Yeah, the hype, bro. And I was so pumped how this came out. And let me play you a little bit of this here. And then I'll give you kind of more story on the track, and then we'll talk about shooting that video with Richard Pelletier, I think was his name.
Dude, I met him one time.
Yeah.
He exists.
Here we go.
Hey, pretty mama, come on. I just want
Ad-lib type.
to my home.
I'm into a lot of things, some of which are kind of dangerous for a pretty girl like you.
Come on,
Yo,
man.
your voice, bro, it changed so much.
Braden had me get so close up on that mic, bro.
Hey,
and he's
hey.
I want you to talk to her like, she's right in front of you, naked.
You know when someone says naked, dude?
I know you got a man, but
I can respect you got a man. We all are adults. I mean, it ain't a problem for me.
Dude, the Jeffro. I miss Jeffro.
So, off the bat, fire hook, right?
It still works right now in 2024.
Yeah. 118 beats per minute, just up tempo.
Mix it in with anything. You can mix it in with EDM.
Yeah. Here we go.
Shut it right here, pulling on my coattail, talking about jail, take me back to the hotel. I won't tell, I'll keep it secret, speak is beating.
Keep it decent.
If you got a man, just don't tell him, babe. Be your friend again, you've never been afraid. I got something right here to make you levitate.
Yo.
Bro, why am I sounding like Slick Rick, bro?
I was wondering, like, where did you get the inspiration to do that voice?
It was 100% Slick Rick when he would do his stories and his rhymes.
Dude, storytelling.
Yeah, it just felt natural right there, so I went for it.
See, that right there, that's how you know that we actually listen to hip hop. That is a reference.
Yeah, story time, man. He was so good, and his voice was so cool, and something about the way that those, syllable rhyme schemes came together, it just felt that way, and I just went with it,
Great nod to a legend.
Yeah, so then it goes from levitate, and then right after this, I shout out an adult film star. Here you go.
You a freak in the sheets, Shanna Hayes. I told her tomorrow that I'm leaving town. She hit me right back like we is down. We is down, yeah, we is down. Me and my girlfriends, we is down. Thinking how many girlfriends she could bring. We could turn this into more than a weekend
A different time.
Let's go, bro.
Dude, a different time.
Yeah, man. Of course, it had to be room 207, right?
It did. Do you? I know you remember this. We used to do this move that I think you came up with. We would go to the pool down the street from your house, and we would just walk there because you live so close. And if anybody asked us what room we were staying in, we would say room 112, where the players dwell.
112, that's right, yeah.
And somebody did one time, and they went back to check, and by the time they were going to come back, we were gone, dude.
See you later, dude, yeah. Man. Now we're going to, man, a lot of this, man, I obviously wrote this while I was living with you.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
This was,
and you were that was like the first time you really lived away from home. Like way away.
Yeah, and I was petrified the whole time. Like I wasn't ready to be gone. Yeah, I wasn't ready to go, so to speak,
Folks.
if you will. So we're gonna get into the second hook, and I do a little more storytelling in verse 2, and I actually took a story that I learned that I heard from Artie Lang back when he was on the Stern Show back around this time.
Okay.
And I wanted to turn that into a rhyme. So here we go.
Hey, pretty mama, I just want to take you to my hometown.
Come on.
I leave town tomorrow.
It's my Marky Mark.
I know you got a man, but I
Feel it.
Get ready to go. Get ready to go. Get ready to go.
So real quick, if you're wondering, the Hey Hoes, that's me. That's Wade, that's his girlfriend, and that's Braden. And we record it like 8-9 times and all switch spots. And that's how you did stacking to make it sound like it was a full club.
Dude, that's a tip right there. If you're still listening at 57 minutes, you just gained a nice tip.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Get ready to go.
Knock at the door and then they walk speechless. I couldn't even begin to talk. Shawty turned to the door and she locked it closed. Look me dead in the eyes, I wanna rock and roll. This happened so quick and it's going down fast. No, I mean really, it's going down fast. You can feel it in the air, boy, lots of lust. And I'm trying my hardest not to bitch. So I leaned over, slipped and kissed her. And her girlfriends look like the Hilton sisters. They kissing on me and on each other. Reached in my pocket, pulled out the rubber. Before I could put it on, it was over. I blew it and I realized it was over. I was mad, embarrassed, and I couldn't tough it. She looks at me and says, "That's 500."
Yo!
It was a call girl the entire time. Of course she wasn't really into me.
Got him!
Yeah. So that's basically the story of Ready to Go. The hook rides out.
Still
and
goes. It's
yeah.
still, like, it comes on my mix every once in a while, and I'm like, yes, dude, let's go.
Yeah, you know, man, it was that track. I told you, it changed everything for me. It really did. It made me feel like I could really give this a go. I could really become an entertainer in some capacity.
Certified
Of course,
banger to this day.
I didn't know ultimately what I would end up doing for a career, but it was going to be something involved in music. And this track changed it all. It was the lead for my mixtape, Flip Shades and Nikes in 2010, which it just turned everything around for me. And simultaneously, I land a gig for, I think we addressed this a little bit season 1, but we didn't do like a play along like this, for Sonic Wall.
Dude.
That commercial I did.
The Net Flow?
That song. The Net Flow, yeah. That was your beat.
Yeah, I made the beat, and I happened to work in the same lot as the company you were getting hired to make a commercial for. And I said, dude, Sonic Wall, I can look out the window from my desk and see Sonic Wall.
How crazy is that? And then somebody would pay me to make a rhyme, a rap song about their product, and then pay me for my time to come out and film it. And that's how I met this director.
Yeah.
And he tells me, he goes, look, I told them that I needed, a bunch of screen time with you to test you out. He's like, but you're very charismatic. You got this down. Is there anything else that you want to film? I see like you make music outside of this. And in my mind I was like, well, let me play you this song, ready to go. And I play it for him. And he's like, come back here tomorrow night, same time, bring dancers with you and some friends and a few outfits, and we're going to film a music video in front of this ginormous green screen.
And that's the biggest green screen. Besides being on a movie set, that's the biggest green screen I had seen.
It was nuts, man. And I remember I had our pal Joe with me because he helped me come up with some of the stuff for the track. And, yeah, it was just, dude, it was so cool, man. It made me feel like I was a legit rock star, and my friends were in it dancing, and I had these girls from the main Red Claws at the time come out, and they were dancing in it too. And the guy built all of these 3D worlds. He built Homiewood, which was my take on Hollywood, right?
Is pretty cool. I mean, because you know, it was early green screen for us, like getting into it. So to see what he could do at that time it truly was incredible. But the best part, just to like really hammer this point home, is I was living in San Jose. All right, you were with me at the time. Then you moved back.
Yeah.
The company Sonic Wall was in San Jose. All right, and JR is in Portland, Maine. So you're coast to coast. I helped get you a job.
Yeah.
At a company next to me and 3,000 miles from you.
That's not real math. I don't understand it.
Doesn't make sense, yeah. So we'll have to do a deeper dive on that one day.
Yeah, that would be fun, man.
The Sonic Wall.
Yeah, thanks for indulging me and letting me kind of hop back in the time machine and play you some of this stuff.
Those are fun.
If this is something our listeners would like a little bit more of, because I'm sure a lot of them know us, especially from this time period, let us know if you want to hear more. If you don't, definitely tell us that, because that's definitely a possibility, to be fair.
We may still do a couple more. But
yeah. There's,
keep it light.
There's that track that I did with Brandon Lloyd.
NFL wide receiver. Learjet
Super Bowl
Lloyd.
champion. Played for the Pats, bro. What?
Dude, I mean, what? What?
Yeah, and we'll dive into if it's like really him or not, because I never actually met the guy.
And did T.O. really play Crank That Cowboys in the locker room at a birthday party?
Yeah, at his birthday party, yeah. I had on good authority from several people. But
hey, that's that job, boy. I wonder how he did that.
And again, I don't mean to just talk about old stuff, but
that's what we do, bro.
Yeah, and I feel like we've done so many things that it's fun to talk about. Were they all home runs? Oh my gosh, certainly not. You know?
Yeah.
Does some of the stuff age very poorly? Absolutely. You know? But it reminds me of a time where I was surrounded with the best friends that I've ever had, and we were all just creating stuff together. We were all in that content creator house at your dad's before that was ever even a term. We all were just there writing rhymes and recording songs and filming performances. And yeah,
think about it. All of us kept doing that. You and me are still doing a version of that. Even like Jeffro is still doing, he's engineering, making beats. Like it was like really a, what's the word for it? Incubator. Like in Silicon Valley, they have these incubator houses where you come up with a startup idea and you kind of get like not free rent, but you give the landlord like a cut of your business if they believe in you. So like we all helped each other with our albums and tracks and projects and now look, we're still going.
And what was the best part about all that was just like being around a bunch of people that we were always challenging each other to do better and to get better and to be better people
at a pretty young age.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, it's crazy. I just recently watched this documentary on Netflix about the 7M TikTok house, dance house.
Whoa.
And it was this church, which turned out to be this cult from like the 90s. And this guy was, instead of scamming immigrants like he did in the 90s, he started to scam people with big like followings online and get closer to God. And for you to succeed, you need to cut off your whole family. And if you've ever seen the Wilking sisters on social media, they're two girls, twin girls, I think, and they're dancers, and one of them got trapped in this cult. And it's just a wild story, you know?
I gotta check this out.
And yeah, and it's like, I don't know, man. There's this weird thing in my mind about how easy it is for people to get trapped into something like that and not even know it.
Yeah.
Or if they're aware of it, to not accept it. And I feel so fortunate that the house that we were in, it was before all of that stuff was like monetized and like a big conglomerate took over and really was the puppet master. It was just us in your dad's house, just coming up with rhymes and doing the car test in Ryan's Jetta.
Car
bro.
test till forever.
Yeah, and shooting images for the album art outside in front of the cars
some
and at the clubs.
Hard images, dude.
Hanging up, I still have the first DNR mixtape with your notes still stuck on the back.
Sticky notes with the DNR logo on the sticky note.
Yep. Well, anyhow, before I just get too nostalgic here, for Dave, my name is JR. Thank you so much for listening to Hangin' with Homie. Most importantly, remember, it's cool to be you, and we're going to ride out with the rest of this track. Here we go.
Hey, pretty mama, I just wanna take you to my hometown. I leave town tomorrow. I know you got a man, but I won't.
Dude.
Wait for the Haze and Hose. You ready?
Ready to go. Get ready to go. Get ready to go.
Peace out.
That's it. See you guys.